Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. Just having a look at the market. We have said that we obviously felt the market was going to come off a bit, and obviously it has. It did find it. Look at the short-term chart. It found a little bit of support today on that short-term moving average. I do think it's going down more. Obviously, Yellen's comments on Wall Street, and maybe interest rates going up. I think there will be more negativity in the States. And possibly, obviously, 4,400, but I think we're going lower. I reckon that sort of 5,300 could be possibly a near-term target. However, certainly not a time to panic. In some ways, this is an opportunity. So, we are bullish medium-term with the market. So for us at Equity Story, if we can get the Bursons, the great trending stocks nearer these longer-term moving averages, the Hansons, the Macquarie Atlases, your TPG Telecoms, Goodman Groups as well to a degree. Go for it. Your Dominoes, there's a whole heap of them. So for us, any sort of good pullback, obviously we're licking our lips. We've already seen it. We talked about how we need that pullback in gold. We got it. Are we going to buy it here on the moving average? No, because we're a little bit conservative Equity Story. We want to see this start turning up now. So I think Evolution and look at Northern Star. Both these companies are really just really juicy, and if we can get this near these moving averages, I think it'll be good. I do think we might see they could go sideways a little bit, because I think we're going to have a little bit of gold. Just gold nerves for the next 2 months, but I think come October, the gold story is going to be back on, and we're going to be jumping into quite a few really exciting gold stories again. Just having a look at obviously some of the stocks that were trending. We don't have much on at the moment. What I've just left on are sort of pretty safe, boring stuff. Really, FPH looks fine. Had a great earnings report, as did GHC, so I've got no issues with those two. Vocus, I had a few calls on Vocus because, especially some of the new members that just sort of bought that one. They're going, Dave, what's going on here? But listen, great trend. So it's come back. It's tested that long-term support. A little bit surprised it has. I mean, because of the earnings growth was just so extraordinary. But again, it looks like we're going to have this type of play around here. So I can imagine it's going to be a little bit volatile. We're going to have this sort of play. We're going to get a buy signal. We'll suggest to buy it again, and then I think up she goes again. So not panicking. In fact, possibly even with Vocus getting excited, we can possibly sort of double dip there. Just like to say the thing about Patience. A little bit similar to Vocus. I mean, beginning of the year, everything was really good, and we jumped into some really quite bullish trends, and one was Hardwire. We said at the time, hey guys, this is a great story. I don't know why I really wouldn't just put this as a 3-year growth story, but I said let's go long. This is good. This is something about this stock. It just had that, for me, just has a Magellan feel about it. And look at it today, and now we're up making good profits. So it just shows the importance of patience in the market. So yeah, at one stage we were down sort of 30-40%, and now we're up about 10 or 12%, and this stock is now having a run. So patience is important, and if you're with Equity Story and you're trending 15, 20 stocks, well, don't panic. If one or two just take a little bit longer. We certainly, we know fundamentally we only trend stocks that we believe fundamentally are good. As you can see with all our stocks, obviously fundamentally they're great stories. Just quickly talking about great stories, our 3-year growth stories have been absolutely exceptional, really, over the last 3 or 4 months. You name it, your GTKs, your QMS, your Catapults, your Adasals, your BWX. Reporting season, and it does often when stocks are really priced to perfection, it can make them really, really volatile. And we've seen it with BWX. It just gives us buy opportunity. We've seen it with QMS. We've seen it with Appen. And today we're seeing it again with VTG. VTG went down, touched below $4. They came up and said, hey, everything's fine, we haven't even finished the numbers yet, guys. So there's just a lot of nerves, a lot of panic out there. Don't, of course, give us a call at the office if you're nervous, but what's important, I think, just the way looking at the market, just don't panic. As long as the stories are good, they're growing their earnings, the actual product they're selling obviously doesn't have any new competition, there's no issues there. There's obviously these companies should keep doing well. Anyway, that's all I've got to talk about tonight on Equity Story. We are a little bit boring at the moment. We do have these times where we say patience. This is a little bit of a time. We're in the patience time, and when we strike, we'll strike hard, and we'll start jumping into some good stories and some good trends. Thank you very much for listening to Equity Story, and good night.